One of the after effects of living with my parents in that house is that I assume that if I argue with anyone or get angry with anyone, that's it. Any affection they had for me will be straight out the window, just like that. It's an assumption I still make. I did have long-lasting friendships in Southampton. 15 years was pretty damn good for me. And then I left them and came to Wales. And in the next couple of years, 3 of my friends died. Has to be said that my way of keeping those friendships going was to almost never argue with them. I'm actually pretty much in that situation again at the moment. Except it's not a friend, it's a relation. On that side, anything, no matter how hurtful, can be said. But if I react with anger, I could be kicked into touch. And the person said so. This is not what I was going to talk about. This keeps on happening. I'm not very good at friendship, although I am a good friend inasmuch as if I can do anything to help, I will. And I'm loyal. Until or unless I discover that they've been disloyal to me. When I broke up with Chris, who was the female love of my life, abusive or not, I couldn't stop crying for months. I quite often woke from asleep crying. I described the contractions of grief as being like the contractions of childbirth. We broke up on the 16th of April 2001, Easter Monday. In the July, I was with my dear friend Lynn Middleton. The most unlikely friendship that ever did occur because she was an extremely senior social worker, and my experience of the social services had not been a happy one. Nonetheless, we met socially, not in the line of her work, in the course of her work. Became dancing partners and eventually friends. And in fact, from there, she became my place of sanctuary, really. And the standard that I tried to live up to because I regarded her as a person of immense integrity and morals. Anyway, I was in her car in the July of 2001, crying yet again. And there are things I would never normally say to anyone, and now I'm about to say it on video. I told her that I couldn't stop crying because, in my belief at the time, Chris was the only person who had ever loved me. And there was a long pause. And then she said, "I love you." Well, as she was in a relationship at the time, I assumed that she meant as a friend. And then I didn't see her again for ages, so I have kind of wondered if she was daft enough to tell her partner about that conversation. It was a good 2 years before I was ever on my own with her again, by which time I was a stone's throw from moving to Wales, as it were. Why am I making this video? Lynn died in October 2008. And I'm extremely confused about her because of the links she had to my half-sister and never told me about. Perhaps I would have pushed more if I hadn't been so very bad at friendship. For example, as to where she had lived in London. I only discovered that when her partner put her memorial online, nearly 3 years after her death. I've made a video about this, I know I have. I find it extremely difficult to tell people that I'm angry with them. And if it's a family member, my belief that they will throw me away has been fully justified.